Oh, hey. Oh, shoot, I don't have a mask. So yeah, guys, here's my Withered Bonnie custom. This one has been highly awaited, and I'm so happy to finally get it to you guys. This guy was probably one of the hardest, I was going for accuracy with this one, except for things, obviously, like the hand and stuff, but yeah, I was going to be, this one was pretty difficult and took a while, especially with the head. The head has a lot of detail on it, and it took a while. So, let's just go over everything I did. So, let's compare him to what he used to look like. Here's the original Bonnie. Let's take away that guitar, because he's, Alright, so the most obvious change is the color and the head. So, I chopped off his face, and his whole body is painted like this navy blue, with a light coat over the purple. So, it kind of gives off that Withered Bonnie shade of blue. And then we got, I added the little rim around his cut with epoxy. And then I chopped off his cheeks because he didn't need them anymore. And FNAF 1 Bonnie's too fat. Then, I added the epoxy on his jaw to cover up his old teeth. Then I added some new ones. Yeah, sure, he doesn't have enough, but whatever. He's small. I can't really sculpt that good on small stuff, so yeah. I added the back of his face and the little tiny flab that represent the endo jaw. Then I had the wires inside of his head and the two little red eyes. And then I also added all the little dots around the rim of where his face is cut off. And I think that looks really, really neat. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And then we got his torso. Nothing too big changed on it. I basically just added buttons and called it a day. Then we got his arm. I chopped off it from there. The reason why I didn't do it from the shoulder is because for some reason it just wouldn't cut. And also I feel like that would be very hard to get the wires in. So I kind of did a McFarlane thing, and I just put the wires on that part of his arm. So yeah, I still think it looks good. I added the black over it so it looked better, and then I added the wires into it. And yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. This arm is almost untouched except for this little gash there. And then his hand, I resculpted it into an endo hand. I can't sculpt joints in the hands this small or make the fingers too thin, because wet epoxy is very hard to work with, so this is basically the best I could do. And yeah, and I painted it silver, so yeah. And then I did his legs with all the little holes and stuff. And I also cut off his knees, as you can see, and then I added new ones on his upper legs. I resculpted them. And then I covered up what was left of his old knees with epoxy, because Withered Bonnie's knees are on his upper legs and not his lower legs, so I wanted to make sure I got that right. And I also added the big hole there, 2 little holes right there, a big gash at the top of his leg, a big gash at the bottom of his leg, and his endo foot. His endo foot is actually a normal foot, but I cut it into a square, or like a rectangle shape. Then I added the toes and that thing and the little wires on the sides. And yeah, I basically sculpted an endo foot out of cutting his foot into a square. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's get the full 360 look of him. There's a few parts of the paint job that I should probably touch up a little bit. But overall, he's pretty much exactly how I wanted him to look. So yeah, I'm very, very proud of how this guy turned out. Now let's put him in some poses. So yeah, that's basically it. Very, very, very happy with how this guy turned out. I think he looks great. He might be one of my best customs, maybe the best. You guys be the judge of that. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with how this guy turned out. And especially the face. I think the face looks the best, definitely. So yeah, here's Withered Bonnie. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll show you some behind the scenes, so if you want to make your own Withered Bonnie, you can get a pretty good example of how to do it. The materials needed will be in the description. Thank you. Hey guys, today we're going to be doing another custom. Amazon didn't do a very good job shipping this one, but let's get this baby open. I used the same joke in the last video. Here we got them out of the package. Add these to the pile of extras. Oh, and this from the last video. I'm about to this is like a weird way of decapitation if you, his leg, oh. Alright guys, so I've actually drilled out his eyes first, because I feel like that would be kind of, oh, just kidding, his face is ripped off! Yeah, so now I have the head to work with for this custom, so yeah. Kind of reminds me of the McFarlane Withered Bonnie in a way. Oh, I have been forgetting to record, so I am sorry guys. So I guess to make up to that, I'm going to explain this in excruciating detail. So for his face, we chopped off his cheeks with a hot blade, similar to how we chopped off his face. Then I added epoxy to cover up his old teeth and the inside of his face, and I added this little rim around his face, because Withered Bonnie does have that. It's not the neatest attached, but it'll look fine once the paint's all over it. And then inside, I didn't want to detail this too much, because if I try to cram too much detail into a custom like this, it's not going to end up looking good, since I can't sculpt that small. So I'm going for more of a simplistic design for Withered Bonnie. I added the back part, and then I added this little thing to represent his endo jaw. And then I added his two little rings. Those aren't going to be the full size of his eyes. I'm just going to add dots in the middle of those. And then I also added his teeth, obviously, because he can't do without those. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about his ears. I might, tilt one down further or something. I don't know. Then for this arm, I'm going to cut it off eventually, right around where that black line is. And then I'm gonna Dremel out a little hole in there. Then I'm gonna fill the hole with glue, and then I'm gonna shove a bunch of wires in there. So yeah, here we got the bow tie, left it alone. And then you got his buttons below it though, and those are new, and they're not painted yet. And then down here we got his lower leg, which is all sculpted over, and this one has a little gash in it, because yeah. And then I also added his knees on the upper leg instead of the lower leg, because that is something that Withered Bonnie has. And then I added a little crevice in his one leg. I had some withering, then I had some more little holes over here. And yeah, not really sure what I'm gonna do for his endo hand and his endo foot, but I think I got an idea for the foot at least. Alright, while trying to tweak Bonnie's hand and rip off, I accidentally pulled his hand off, but it's actually attached at the same kind of ball joint as the Foxy action figure. So no, it wasn't just Foxy that had the ball joint. Apparently all of them have that. So yeah, I guess the hands are removable. Cool discovery. So I have finished the Withered Bonnie sculpt. His head is currently detached because it's down. I detached it, getting ready to paint it. Then I remembered, oh wait, I gotta record this part. So yeah, you've already seen the completed head. So here's his arm with the wires. There's his torso with the two buttons. Here's his hand with this little thingy. There's a little gash down there on his arm. There's some gashes on his legs. And then there is his endo foot, which is a custom sculpt. I basically cut his foot into a square type shape. Then I added the toes and the endo little details. And yeah, I think this is looking pretty good.